Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very good friend is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. You are listening to Chris and Dave's TV Reality Cast. We are covering Love Island UK Season 7, Episode 15, and you're hopefully listening to this on Thursday, Chris?
Right, listen. I want to apologise on behalf of Dave because he made a right mistake yesterday and uploaded the wrong file. And when I say Dave, I mean me, because I brought the wrong file up and I had so many messages, which you're right to do, guys, to call me out and say, I'm getting deja vu here. I'm sure I've heard this before. And there was loads of people, so I can only apologise. I made the mistake. I hold my hands up. I am sorry. I don't know what I'd done, Dave, but literally uploaded yesterday's episode and yeah. We were about 50 people were downloaded it at that point. I apologise to you 50 people. And Fran even called, I even got the wording wrong. So I was just having a bad day yesterday. I apologise, guys. But anyway, it won't happen again today. Dave, we have a little...
Who knows? But yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? And it's just also, we had a bit of a not heart to heart. What is it? Just a chat after. It's just like, you know what? We're fucking doing too much here.
Yeah.
So, and that's when mistakes really start to creep in. So what we said is we're going to pause the Love Island US for the minute. We're already going to be doing, six shows extra a week. And, it's just a bit silly of us. And we knew, we're off the cliff, aren't we? The wheels had left. And you could say, we're halfway to the ground. So, yeah, we'll just pause the Love Island US. We'll come back to it. We're going to try and avoid spoilers and everything. Same with The Bachelorette. But we're just going to focus for the minute on Love Island UK.
Yeah. And honestly, we've tried our best, haven't we, Dave? We literally have. We were thinking about moving in together and just living remotely doing podcasts because it's just not sustainable, guys. I'm sorry if we're letting any of you down, but we will be coming back to it and completing it. It's got to. This daily podcast for Love Island, the two of them, it's not just that, it's the watching as well in it. And obviously we've all got lives. We all know that. So thank you for everyone's support with that. And don't feel too let down. We will be getting back to it. But Dave, I will say as well, if you're on our Facebook page, guys, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast, we have put up our first interview with BBC Radio Berkshire. They call it Berkshire again. They're Berkshire. And the lovely Michelle Jordan, who actually interviewed myself yesterday, and it'll be Dave next week. And we've got a little segment that's going to run for the remainder of the Love Island UK. I'm just basically going through some of the questions Michelle had. I was on there just chatting and we're bouncing off each other. It's about 10 minutes long and it is on our Facebook page, guys. So if you want to get over there and we'll approve you and have a listen, just something completely different and something that we're both proud of, that we are now Love Island specialists. Dave, I don't know how that's happened, but it's such a great little achievement for this little podcast that we created as two friends. So I've thanked everyone for your support because we wouldn't be doing it without you guys.
No, it's absolutely brilliant. And don't let your head get too big.
No. It's next week. You're on next week, Dave. When you got the rider and you're like, right, okay.
I want the red carpet and everything next week. So,
no, but it's good. So,
but
sorry,
Chris, right, getting into the episode. I mean, during that interview, I think you were slating Brad a bit, saying how bad he was. And I was with you. I was agreeing with everything you were saying. And I was thinking, going into this, Brad is going to twist this around to basically stay in. I could see him, being one of those blokes who just hangs around, going from relationship to relationship and seeing it through to, say, the final three. And straight away, Chris, Brad falls on his sword, says, he's had his time in here, you should stay. What do you reckon to how that all unfolded? Because we've got lots of things, haven't we, going off in this little section here.
Honestly, Dave, I was in hysterics watching this because not because of watching, just watching the social media fallout on Twitter and that, because Lucinda, it's like someone coming up to you going, I'm going to give you £1 million. And me and you know, someone comes to me and you go, are you sure? Oh, no. Okay, then, no problem. Lucinda had no fucking tact with that at all. Brad, I'm with you. I honestly thought Brad was going to do a runner, was going to manipulate it, because you were right what you said yesterday. The naughty trio weren't as popular as Brad. I honestly thought that it was going to be either they both go or Brad stays, and there was some sort of turning where, even though they said it was down to them two, the Villa would have got involved. The Islanders would have had to do some sort of voting if they've got a stalemate. And if they didn't agree, they both left. But I was shocked by that, Dave. But Lucinda, and I said he was going to weed somebody out. Brad does not get a pass because of this one action, because he has been bad, Dave. And I know he's been quite dull, but his treatment of Rachel and that was bullshit, and the way that all played out, and he hasn't been great.
Kissing Faye and
well, yeah,
Faye's the least attractive after he'd fucking picked her.
I forgot about that. Yes, you're right, Dave. So, and he kissed. Was it Chloe he kissed as well?
It was Chloe.
He kissed Chloe. Yeah. So you're right as well. I forgot about that. He doesn't get off with a free pass because he has been a bit of a bell end. But when he said there's great opportunities for you and all that, I was like, fuck you. This is exactly why these people come on the show. Lucinda had no tears, Dave. No tears until later on. And then she was like, I'm not saying she wasn't upset, but I don't believe that. I believe 90% of that was for the cameras. And everything he said, Brad, was on the money. He got his little bit of redemption from everybody. Yeah. But she completely knew what she was doing. And there was about 30 people were doing. There was a fucking meme, Dave, and it's someone where the tears are down the face and they roll back up. And then that one where that guy's straining his face going, look at Lucinda trying to find tears because Brad's going, I don't believe it. She got absolutely outed. And I'm not saying she's the only one there because she's not, but she got outed as a game player. But she was right to say, we've only been together for a week. I just was like, I'll never see anybody. I'll never fancy anybody as much as you, Brad. Bull fucking shit, Dave. So what do you think of that?
I think Brad made the best play that he possibly could. Like you say, I think for a lot of people, it was a bit of a redemption. And I think a lot of people, the last thing they'll remember of him, until he appears on all the other reality shows or talk shows or whatever, is the fact that, in a it's you or me situation, he fell on his sword and said, hopefully she meets some of the blokes and then, but she comes back to me. So it does seem like a kind of romantic gesture. I think I see it slightly differently. I mean, it was one of those, I'd said yesterday that Brad is more into Lucinda than Lucinda is into Brad. And I think it had a limited lifetime for me. She's at some point, Brad is a dashing, great looking bloke, but there is some point where that's going to run out and she realizes he just talks about himself all the time and he's actually really not interesting. I think she'd kind of said words to that effect, but then she seemed to get a bit goo-goo over him as well. But I think that's more to do with the, how attractive he is. It was the way she was very aware that she was being filmed in that moment when Brad was talking about, he should go. And, so Brad said straight away, I should go, I've had my time here. And it was like she was searching for the words to make it sound like, I don't really want to stay, but I kind of really do.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, maybe. Oh, do you think I should stay? That was the bit that was making me laugh. Not necessarily that she's playing the game, and I think it was Brad's clumsy words about it's a great opportunity for you. Forget the boohoo deals, forget the, social media followers and all of the things that come after the show. Forget all of those things. Chris, we've just come out of like a however long pandemic. Is it 15, 16 months? Life's been a bit fucking tough, hasn't it, for quite a while now. And, Lucinda, she's what, 21? So she's basically gone from being a teenager to being stuck in the fucking house. This is a great fucking holiday, Chris. Fuck all the sponsorship deals. If I was there, I'd want to stay if I'd only been there a week. So I have got absolutely no problem with her at all wanting to stay there. It was just the kind of play acting of, desperately trying to not make herself look bad and wanting to stay. But I tell you what, I think it is absolutely right that she stays because she has only been there a week. Is it even a full week? I'm not sure it is. She's hardly experienced it, but it's a fucking all-exclusive holiday. There's no shopping. There's no fucking shit to deal with in life. You're just fucking lounging on the sofas all day. You have a few games, life is fucking not bad. So, I'm 100% behind Lucinda for staying. I just thought it was funny how it all unfolded.
Yeah, that's what my issue is. I've got no problem with that. Brad has done us no favours, Dave. And I know there's a couple of supports. A lot of people are like, oh, what a gentleman Brad is now. Like, you soon forget what he did. He was aware of it. Whether he was trying to test her, it was just, like you say, it was the classic, are you sure? It's like, okay, Lucinda. But what annoys me...
She's dancing a jig.
Exactly. It's bullshit.
Do you reckon, right, some of the producers have maybe had a word and said, look, everyone can see how you've screwed over everyone. Like, literally. And if you screw over Lucinda here, there will be no future social media career.
Yeah.
So the best play that you can do is to just, play the smitten kitten and leave and make it all chivalrous. Make it seem like you're this wonderful gentleman. And I just think I think he might have had a bit of a prod there and a bit of a push in the right direction.
Look, he could have done. You're right. And I will say, Dave, out of this little scenario at the start, I never thought that I would be Team Faye on this series. But I'll tell you what, she, for me, I was nodding my head. I was agreeing with her. I thought she was brilliant what she did. There was a little bit of me where she did the tears and stuff. I thought that was a bit over the top with the girls like, hugging and Kaz and stuff. But what she said when Brad said that was fucking right. She's like, you're supposed to be in here for love. I'm not necessarily saying she isn't meta aware of the show or what it's about, Dave, or what it could lead to. But I do think in that moment she was being sincere. And when she pulled Lucinda, I was like, you're right. You're totally right. And it's funny with Faye because she's not minced the words, even when I've disagreed with some of the things she's done and the way she reacts. With Lucinda, she almost did. It was almost, she was like, hang on, she's going to have a go. Because to be fair to Lucinda, it was Brad who said those words, not Lucinda. Brad was the one who said she got great opportunities. Yeah. So it's not as much as what I think. I think Lucinda's a nice person, but she is well aware that exactly what you said. Why would you want to give that up there and go back to shitty fucking England when you're on holiday on telly and you've got this life-changing experience? I get it. I just didn't believe any of the sincerity of it. But I do think Faye, she won the episode for me with this today because she won me round by what she did. I thought she was right.
I think Faye's had a great week. If I look back at it, I mean, I haven't been a fan at all. I think she loves to be in the thick of the drama, and like I say, I think, she sparks a lot of that conflict a lot of the time. But I tell you what, for TV, Chris, she's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I've seen some comments, some that are behind Faye and what she's saying. And if you take it at face value, it did come across that like Faye is genuinely in there to find someone. And you kind of look retrospectively back and she hasn't played the game as such. She hasn't gone after blokes who she could just be coupled up with. She's not been interested because there's been a lot of boys in there until Teddy's come in. But a lot of people have said, on Twitter and things have said that, well, she's just making it all about herself. And I can kind of see that. I don't necessarily think she wasn't. I don't think she's necessarily playing up for the cameras. I think she's just that sort of person that just needs the drama. She needs to be in the thick of it. And if someone else is getting that spotlight. I need to make something about me as well. I need to make a stand and stamp my feet about whatever my moral stance is. So I think both of those things can be true. But I agree. I think Faye's kind of, I'm going to say, winning me round. I'm not going to say I'm completely Team Faye yet, but definitely from where we were a week ago, I think she's had a lot of great moments. She's given us the best lines, the best sound bites out of everyone. Seems to be there for the right reasons, dare I say, Chris. And yeah, you know, she even pulled Lucinda after, didn't she? She said, you know, I was sort of had to get myself out of the situation. It was obviously in the same night. I don't know why she had to feel like she had to make a thing of it there. What do you reckon, though, Chris, to the line of, you know, Brad and me were best mates?
It's in my notes as well. I don't know what fucking shit she was peddling at that point. I was thinking, Faye, please, you've done well at this point. Don't start talking shit. It may have been something we've not really seen on camera, and weeks off camera. But I will say it didn't help that Lucinda, like you said about picking a word very carefully with Brad, she was also trying, whether she couldn't articulate herself very well, but I also felt that Lucinda was trying her hardest to be more genuine than what it seemed. And I think Faye was right to say it. But again, Brad was the one who said the comment. So whatever we think, whether it was genuine or not, and I don't think Lucinda was, it was Brad who put her in that situation. It was almost like a parting shot, as if to say, see ya.
Yeah. You know what I think we've got seeping into our Love Island game, Chris, is it's a bit of The Bachelor, isn't it? What we've seen in The Bachelor, and that has been running for many more seasons. What is it, like 25 Bachelor seasons we've had now? And you get all these people in, and then they're all fucking there for their careers, right? They know if they get on there and they can make it to, let's say, the last 10 or what have you, you know, they've got a good chance of staying in the show, of gaining all of those social media followers, becoming that influencer, becoming that, you know, TV personality. It'll keep you going for years and years, you know, and stopping you from getting a real job. So, but how dare you actually verbalize it? How dare you actually say, yeah, you know what? I've thought about being the Bachelor. If it works out with this Bachelorette, great. If it doesn't, then I've still fucking quids in, aren't I?
Yeah.
How dare you say that? Because we've seen it on this season that's going on now, haven't we? Where Katie says, you know, what was his name? It was a guy, Thomas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who said, you know, he has thought about being the Bachelor, and all the other guys are like, oh, how dare you? You've thought about being the Bachelor, even though that's the precedent set for the last fucking decade plus.
How dare you
that you have actually done that? And it is just the hypocrisy of all of them. I think it's the same thing that we're starting to see in Love Island, where that is what they're all there for. Me and you have been saying it for ages, but for them to actually, you know, come across like they're not there for the right reasons, like they're not there to find love, and all of the fame and the you know, the TV appearances and all of that, all of the money and everything, that's just a byproduct. I'm actually here to find love. Yes. You can't do that. And so, yeah, I think this would have been more foreign to us, I think, if we hadn't have watched the Bachelor seasons that we've watched.
So you know what? It's such a good point, Dave. I agree with that completely. Because if you think back to Australian season 2, and you had them two people in the May, the girl, and I can't remember the names now, the girl and the lad, who were with the same talent agency. And they didn't get together, but they never once acknowledged that they knew each other, that they'd been sat round a table in Australia, basically saying, we're going on to Love Island, which was filmed in like the June to August or whatever it was. It's fucking bollocks. Look, these people know each other. They'll all mix in the same circles. They'll all be on all these TV shows. I've got no problem with that, Dave. I really haven't. It's just a deception with the audience. You know, you want a bit of love. You want something. Like Alex and Olivia were on season 2. Love Island. They're still together. They've married. I'm not sure if Olivia's pregnant. They did a reality show me and Sam used to watch last year. It's really good. Two dead nice people, set in like the Midlands. They are. They live in the Midlands around that area. Sound really, really good couple. But when Alex was on, they used to do the lie detector test, and he failed it and said he didn't love her, and it was like, oh, and they don't do it anymore. But they're still together. There's not many couples, Dave, that are still together, if any. They're probably the only one. There was a couple on the first series who had a kid. They're not together now. But Alex and Olivia, the only ones. Oh, no, sorry, Camilla as well. Camilla on maybe season 2, actually. It's season 2. Or maybe season 3. She's still with one of the guys off the series, to be fair. They're the only two couples that I know of in the UK. So it's very unlikely that anybody's going to stay together. So look, it is what it is. But also, Dave, if you don't mind me moving on slightly, I think Chloe needs to get a bit of praise this episode as well. She's been another one who's been on the shit list. And I don't know what Toby's problem was, but he's obviously overthinking the fact that they're in the bottom 2. And when she said he's fucking fake and she was having a go and she was talking to Millie, she was right what she said. She said, does he not realise what we did to Kaz is going to have an effect on the people on the outside? She's very aware of what the show's about. I thought she was right, Dave. I absolutely thought that what she was saying was right. And Toby was just being a bit of a dick, really, just overreacting.
Yeah, I agree. I think when it unfolded, I didn't twig that what he was saying could come across that he's just literally, he's more obsessed with how the public view that couple than he himself does. Now, I've heard a lot of hate for Chloe, right from even that first appearance when she walked in. She seems to have got a bit of a backlash. And I know we had the email recently, didn't we, about, Chloe being that mean girl because of, her involvement, the way she just gone and snatched Toby. But I actually think she's one of the ones who are actually playing the game. She was in a friendship couple. She's got fuck all options in there. So she made it happen, is how I kind of see it. And again, a little bit like with Faye saying about, getting animated about the idea that Lucinda's not in there for the right reasons. It speaks to you to say, well, actually, she really is in there to find someone. I thought it was the same for Chloe, where she got really upset at the idea that actually she might be getting played here because Toby's thinking about the public. Who fucking cares? It's me and you.
Yeah.
Those are the only two opinions that matter in the whole fucking world. And I think the fact that she is a little bit older and more mature, she can see exactly what's happening. Yeah, of course. I went and stole you off Kaz. No one's going to look at home and think, oh, what a fucking wonderful couple this is. Everyone is going to fucking give them abuse. So she can see that and she doesn't give a fuck. Whereas Toby, he's agonizing over this thing. Now, what I will say is, I'm not entirely sure that Toby is just being fake and that he's faking it and he's actually just, he's more concerned about public perception than he is about Chloe. I think he was just a bit fucking dumb. Yeah. I think, all the lads are quite young, aren't they? That's why Teddy stands out, because he's like a little bit mature. The other guys just seems like a bit of a lad's holiday at times. So I'm waiting to see more, but I just think Toby might have just been a bit naive there, not really thinking about what he's saying. What do you think?
No, I agree. I agree with it. He chose, and they said Millie then, he chose Chloe. They've got a good relationship, whatever we think of. I mean, Dave, he was even trying to make her avocado. He's
so proud, wasn't he? And you know what we didn't call out? The fact when he was trying to spell her initials, he's so proud of cutting this melon up, but fucking Millie comes over there as well, and basically everyone's got their fucking hands in this melon, and he gives it to Chloe, and she's like, oh, it's so sweet, isn't it?
Lovely.
And, it's like, well, you don't want to watch the fucking replay of how many people have had their fucking greasy hands, some tan hands all over your melon. Well,
melons.
Wrong, doesn't it?
Dave, are we fucking innuendo or what?
Matron.
Oh, my word. But no, you're right. You're totally right. And I mean, if you're looking at the game, they do that game, which they've got blow up dolls, blow up cocks. They're playing fucking hoopla with the blow-up cocks.
Exterminate,
yeah, David Brent. And obviously the guys win. And the whole premise was they get told at the start is if the girls win, a new guy comes in. If the guys and the new girl comes in. So it's pretty obvious whoever was going to win. If the guys win it, so we've got a girl coming in, AJ. However, there's going to be a new guy who's obviously outside the villa ready. So he's going to come in the next day or so, Dave. So that's so obvious. They're not just going to ship someone out to say, oh, I'm sorry, you're not coming in. He's waiting in the wings. So there's going to be another game or some interaction where, say, two of the girls are going to go, that right, reality radar, Dave, before we get into AJ and the game. This is hashtag reality radar. Chrissy's reality radar is this is going to happen. The guys win it. AJ comes in. We don't know much about her. We just see her come in and see the guys. Two of the girls are going to go on a date. Or they're going to go on a date. They're going to go on a date, or they may go on a date because the guys are fucking useless, and quite rightly. Or they're going to go on an adventure. They're going to go somewhere like a garden or something else, and they're going to meet this guy. This has happened before in the past, and this guy is going to be a pretend waiter or something else, and then he's going to come into the villa, Dave, in the next day or so. Mark this down as another one of my 100% correct predictions, Dave.
Well, you got to get one fucking right at some point, haven't you? Look, I think they have a bunch of guys, though, don't they? So whoever that is waiting outside, could they just say, well, go into Casa Amor. You just have to sit on your hands for another week. So, he'll get his chance for sure. I have to say, with that game, the lads were a bit crap with the old flipping the bucket. Upside down. The girls were great at it, and they absolutely came out the blocks flying, didn't they? And when Toby was having such problems untying himself, and the girls just seemed to shake their hands, and the rope fell off, I'm thinking, aye, has this been set up here? Whoever's tied Toby up, have they properly tied it hard so he's going to struggle, and the girls sort of race away with it? But they ended up pulling it back, the guys, didn't they? And the throw the ring onto the cock game. I mean, I felt that was a bit unfair because, again, the girls seem to have a good throw. The guys, because they're a bit taller, a bit bigger, they're just kind of leaning over and just gently throwing it on. So I thought they had a big advantage there, and obviously they won out. And I thought, Chris, there is nothing more attractive in blokes for them to celebrate like they've just won the fucking FA Cup or something and start chanting away.
Yeah.
Like fucking bellends.
I had a different perspective on that. I just thought the guys have got a far better rhythm with the fucking wrist action, Dave, as most men have. And that's why they were even saying it to the girls. No, it's like this. It's like, yeah, fucking bet you have. So no, I agree. It's not, they were going mad, proper football chanting and all that. And this is where, what I love is, the girls are up on the veranda. So everyone's getting dressed up. Everyone's all the girls are looking really nice. The guys are looking dead slick. And they're all having something. And they're all like, I hope you're having a crap time down there and all this. Because you remember when Anna and that were in the other series and they were dead nasty, weren't they, when some of the girls came in really off with them.
Moira, wasn't it?
And Moira as well, yeah. Yeah, Moira was the same.
She came in.
Oh, sorry, Moira came in and they were giving a shit. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. And there wasn't a lot of that. There was a couple of little jokes, all done for good, bit of friendly banter, I suppose. But it was when AJ, it's just like, look at her with her brown hair. But I love Faye. Faye was the meme of the night. She sat there doing her nails, going, better behave, Teddy. And she's just not giving. She may have been thieving, but that perception of all the other girls like fucking meerkats leaning over. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, what's going on? And she's like, whatever. So I did like that, Dave. I thought that was quite funny.
Yeah, and it's one of those, I'm sure inside she does come across at times that she has this brash exterior because she is quite, she doesn't want to get hurt inside. So whatever her internal monologue was, it was like, no, fuck them. I'm just gonna, just make sure my nails are okay here, and just not asked at all. And like you say, that was absolutely the meme of the night. I've seen so much of that on social media everywhere. And I think that cemented my opinion that actually, you know what, Faye's pretty fucking TV gold.
Yeah, she is. She was funny, Dave. She was good, and I think that's what made the show tonight. It was a good episode tonight. I know it's not a horrendous bit of drama, but finally we're getting a little bit of something that Love Island's known for. Just picking the right people. I mean, people were taking the piss on that out of AJ, like, oh, how old is she? If they brought someone's mum in, and I'm thinking she's 28. You're like, how old are you people? She's young. You know what I mean? She's just.
It's all these fucking Zoomers, isn't it? It's like I did see one, Chris, which was Brad sent his mum in to keep an eye on Lucinda.
Oh my God. I saw someone say on our Discord, oh, it's a shame that she's Brad's type as well.
Yeah.
It might have been Hannah, but it was fucking brilliant, Dave. It was so funny.
That was very good.
Yeah, so, it's fucking not bad at all.
Yeah, I don't know. All the things, all the nasty, quite honestly, comments about how old she is, I think, we can't talk, can we? I think it's just one of those, isn't it? Because I think the contrast to the boys, I mean, it's a bit all over the place, isn't it? I mean, she's 28. So all the boys in there are quite young, aren't they?
Yeah.
And all the girls, I mean, we keep saying about Lucinda, it's like, she really 21? She just looks incredibly young. So, I think for different reasons, they need to get some older blokes in there. I'm not saying like as old as us, but someone who's pushing 30 at least, and just, have more of a spread, because the guys, they're not giving the best perception of guys really at the minute, are they? And they are a lot of the time just acting like boys. And when AJ comes in, old Liam there, who's been, very cozy with Millie, practically got his fucking trainers on to sprint over there, didn't he?
Oh, it's brilliant. And Millie was like, oh, and of course, Liam would be the first fucking one over there. That's exactly how she phrased it. I was laughing my head off, Dave.
Yeah. and I've got to call it out, Chris. Another blonde. Well, I know. A bottle blonde, but blonde all the same.
Yeah. I know. There's been loads of calls online, Dave, for that. I don't know. I don't even know what to say, because it's just the same script all the time.
Well, I was going to say the best thing that you can say, the minimum thing that you can say is the producers are just massively fucking tone deaf. I mean, surely in Casa Amor, they're going to have tons of, well, you'd fucking hope it's not a gaggle of blondes. But, they must have other people that aren't blondes. You know what I mean? And to throw in another one, I just thought was ridiculous. And, fuck me. They need to get with the fucking program.
I know they do, Dave. I do. And we mentioned the US one. Look, diversity. There's different variations of people from different parts of America with different family origins. So it should be, Dave. You know what I mean? It's you call it for what it is. You're so right. You're so right. Let's see with Casa Amor. Let's hope they do get their act together. We get different people.
The thing is, Chris, in the ITV press pack, it does say that she's got her eye on Teddy.
Ooh.
So it's one of those, she's not very keen on Toby because he says he's a commitment phobe and her ex was a commitment phobe. So she's really not interested in Toby. I think he's too kind of immature for her anyway, not just that reason. But her celebrity crushes would be Jason Momoa, but she also likes Tom Hardy and Anthony Joshua. So, very alpha male type characters, it seems like she goes for.
Exactly. Just what she never sees me then, Dave,
So which of Jason Momoa, Tom Hardy and Anthony Joshua are you?
The dads.
I'm just for Danny DeVito, to be honest.
No comment, Dave. Right. So big thank you to all our Patreons. Patreon.com/CD RealityCast. Thank you guys for supporting us. Great chat over on the Patreon Discord. I want to thank all our patrons today. So we've got Kent Gustafson, Lucky Lulu Green, Lauren, Tracy, Haley, Hennessy Green, Susan, Priscilla, Ed, Hannah, Dee Dee, Katie, and Libby. So thank you guys. It's been such good fun. And like I said at the top of the show, please get over to our Facebook page, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. That interview's on there. And, great chat as always about Love Island and Bachelorette and everything else we can think of. And Dave, let me just say as well, if you want to follow us on social media at CD RealityCast, if you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. Right, I got it right this time, Dave. So this is definitely the right episode today, guys. And I say that before we've even released it because we will not make that mistake again. And if we do, you can send it my way and I will get the online lashing. So.
You know what was great about it though, Chris? Is so many people were like tweeting us and messaging us on Instagram and all these different platforms are like, shit. So
yeah, apologies.
Oh, brilliant. No, that's awesome. I mean, we've got a couple of episodes now left this week, haven't we? We've got Thursday night and Friday night. So I'm expecting we'll get AJ getting to meet all the guys. I think it might be a little bit like the Teddy episode where we spend a lot of time just seeing what AJ's interactions are with the other boys, see who's interested there. I think Liam is going to be at the front. Brad's not here this time, so he's out of the game, of course. Who else do you think? I mean, Hugo will probably try and then fail. Who do you think AJ will go for, Chris?
I don't know, Dave. I'm not trying to cop out. My money would have been on Brad, without a doubt. Emperor's New Clothing, he would have been there straight away. Aaron's got a chance, Dave, because he's not. He should be in there. Him and Hugo should be the ones going to try and make a connection with AJ for that reason. And then if some guy comes in, Cash should get first dibs and Sharon because they're not good. They're not relationships. They're not couples. They're just friends. So them two should be first in priority. But I've just got a feeling we're going to see one of the other guys make a play, Dave. Definitely.
I'm intrigued to see where this thing goes with Teddy, if she's got an eye on him. So intrigued, Chris. Yeah, and I did do this.
Yeah, I know you fucking did. I'm sat here laughing to myself. I know exactly what you did. But anyway, Dave, brilliant episode, mate, and I will see you tomorrow.
Bye now.